Welcome back to another Penguin Z Play Zone video, and today, first things first, it is 2026. Penguin Z Play Zone has made it to 2026, so I just want to thank everybody that's watching this video, that's a subscriber, that watches the vids, because I do it for you guys. I am your movie guy, I am your cinema guy, I let you know of everything, so I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate you guys a lot. And you guys are not ready for 2026 because I am locking in, like locking in. But yesterday was New Year's Eve, and we should all know that Stranger Things was ending yesterday. And I haven't made a video about Stranger Things at all. I haven't talked about Volume 1 or 2. The funny thing is, I made a full video about Volume 2, and I just never edited it. So before I talk about the finale in Volume 3, let me just get my quick recap of what I thought of Volume 1 and 2. My opinion, Volume 1 was amazing. I loved everything they did. Yes, the dialogue was kind of buns and stuff, but Volume 1 was honestly amazing. Like, I loved it. I thought this season was going to be peak until Volume 2 happened, where the community was super mixed. Everyone, like, really hated this volume. Everyone said Season 5 sucks and blah, blah, blah. And in my opinion, I was more like, it's not that bad. Like, yes, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't better than Volume 1, but it wasn't a bad part of the season. Like, it didn't ruin the season for me. Yes, there was a lot of goofy stuff and stuff that I didn't like. So, for the finale, okay, we heard a lot of reports saying, oh, this finale is amazing. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, blah, blah, blah. So, I sat down right at 5 o'clock, turned my TV on, started the finale, and is the finale of Stranger Things peak? I would say so. In my opinion, it wasn't peak cinema, but it was pretty good and a decent finale for Stranger Things. This video will contain spoilers, so if you've not seen the finale of Stranger Things or any of Stranger Things volumes, anything, you better click off, only if you don't care at all. First things first I want to talk about is the beginning of this episode. The beginning of this episode was actually really good, all the way from the beginning to the Mind Flayer coming back. I love this episode. It gave me the Stranger Things vibe. I was like, okay, this is Stranger Things. You know, they're thinking smart. There's little funny jokes. Steve almost dies. You don't understand. I wish I recorded my reaction when Steve almost died. I was sitting in this chair, my TV was on, and when Steve died, I jumped out of my chair and I was like, no. And then Jonathan saves, bro, and I was like, everything I ever said about you, Jonathan, you are amazing. I regret everything. Because Jonathan is now the savior. Because he saved Steve, so he's now one of my favorites. I'm joking, he's not. Jonathan still sucks. But still, Steve didn't die, you know, it was fun. It was chill. 11 being in the tank and stuff, cool. The military stuff in the beginning of this season, like Volume 1, military stuff, amazing. After Volume 1, though, military sucks. Volume 2, they barely had any role in. And in the finale, it was like, oh yeah, the military was in Volume 1. We need to connect that somehow. And I'm going to talk about more of that later. But also the dialogue in this. I mean, Mike rage baiting Will saying, no, we're not just friends. And then Will goes like, really? We're best friends. When he said that, I was like, I had the same reaction to Will. I was like, you have 11. What are you doing? Once they enter the abyss, and everything just goes crazy. Because what the hell happened? I did not hate this. I want to make this clear. I did not hate this at all, what I'm about to talk about. But what? This ain't Stranger Things. Because once they brought back the Mind Flayer, right? It was a cool thing to do. Because first, the Mind Flayer's been sidelined ever since Season 3. Season 4, it was like, oh yeah, Vecna's the main dude. Mind Flayer, stupid. Like, we haven't really seen the Mind Flayer since Season 3. Yes, we saw him in Season 4, but like, bro showed up for like 2 seconds. But the Mind Flayer comes back, and I like the Mind Flayer, but not in this season. The Mind Flayer shows up as this Godzilla type creature. It is huge Godzilla. It's something you would see in the Monsterverse. And it's just crazy that I'm like, this is the same show. From this scene right here to this scene. How? And it's just crazy when you have like Nancy shooting it and she's just running and this creature's just chasing her. And it's like, this started off so low-key creepy and now we're in monsters. Like, this is Godzilla. And I love when Robin mentioned Godzilla because like, that was just peak cinema. Because Godzilla's a GOAT. We know the Duffer Brothers were inspired with Godzilla with that design. I'm telling you, yeah. It was this spider thing from Godzilla in the 60s. I want to explain something I didn't like that much, and I think my biggest complaint about this whole finale. Vecna. What happened to you? Last season, you were a menace. You were destroying, killing. You were insane. This season, you were going crazy. Kidnapping kids, kidnapping Will, playing with people's minds. And then it comes to the point where you fight 11 and you die in 5 minutes. I can't believe that. Vecna was the big bad. And when he died, I was like, yeah, it was a cool fight and all, but it lasted 5 minutes. I don't know if it's because I saw a full hour episode of Invincible of him fighting Conquest, but that should have lasted a good 20 minutes, maybe 30. But it lasted 5 minutes. While we're talking about Vecna, okay, I think one thing I really didn't like about season 5 is how Vecna's storyline, how Henry became Vecna. That was so like important in volume 1 and volume 2. But especially in volume 1, we wanted to know, why did Henry get affected by the mind flare and stuff, you know? And they show us in the finale when, in my opinion, Henry becoming Vecna should have been its own episode. Not, oh, a little piece in the finale. It should have been a full episode of us finding out why Henry became Vecna, how it happened, because it is a crazy backstory, but they just like show us it in like 10 minutes and it's like, why? But I am so happy they did not make us feel bad for Henry, because that's one thing I was really worried about. I was worried that Henry, his backstory is gonna get shown and then we feel like as an audience like, Vecna's really not that messed up for real. It's just he's being controlled. I feel bad for him. You feel bad for bro for 2 seconds until Henry says that the mind flare did not control bro. Like that's okay. Yes, that's what I wanted. And the way to describe Vecna and the mind flare being together, you know, I'll take that. It makes sense. I like it. But them killing Vecna in 5 minutes was just not it for me. That was my biggest complaint about this episode. When Joyce killed Vecna with her axe using the F-bomb, and I mean, that was honestly one of my favorite parts in this entire season. Because Joyce, from ever since day 1, was trying to find Will, found Will. She's just the best mom ever. And after everything, she gets to kill Vecna. I am so happy, and that whole entire scene was so emotional in my opinion. It was peak cinema and I really liked it. But this is where everything just goes off, because you look at this, right? This happened in 1 hour. This episode is 2 hours and 8 minutes. There's still another full hour of this episode, and this is where it just drags on and drags on and drags on. Because look, I love the bombing plan. I love all of that, right? Boom. And I love the soundtrack for real. Purple Rain by Prince. Amazing. And it was so happy. Everyone was like, oh, it's a happy ending for real. It's super happy. And then the military had to ruin it all. I'm just telling you, the military was sidelined this whole entire season so badly. I'm telling you, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if the Duffer Brothers were writing the ending and they were like, wait a second. Oh yeah, the military. The military, yeah, we forgot about that. So they just pop them back in the end, and they were like, 11 sacrifice. Before I talk about that, though, I just thought about something. I missed somebody's death. Somebody's death, which was so sad, bro. So sad. It was so emotional. I was crying so much. Callie, when she died, I was so sad. I wasn't. I stared into the screen, and I was like, oh, yeah, she died. Yeah, but for real though, we owe her a little apology. Like everyone thought like, oh yeah, she's like gonna kill 11 somehow. She's betraying us. Oh, she got shot. Like she didn't betray us at all. She just got popped. Callie dying was, I mean, yeah, it was kind of sad, I guess, but it wasn't emotional. I feel like that's one thing a lot of people are complaining about, saying, oh yeah, there's no kills. Only 11 died. Callie died and Vecna died. Yeah, but like, I did not want to see Steve die, so me saying, oh, I wish more people died, I don't agree with that, because I want Steve to live. I liked the happy ending, okay? I like the happy ending. Killing 11 was just not it, because right when everyone's like, oh, it's a happy ending, they find out, oh, 11 escaped, we're good. 11 goes back and she does the sacrifice play. And I mean, okay, I might sound like I'm hating right now, but I can't say I'm hating, because when I was watching that scene, I was crying. I was bawling my eyes out, because I do not know why. Because when Mike started running to 11, he falls into like 11's mind. I was not crying at all. I was laughing, because compared to 11 and Mike's like little talk before 11 dies, to Max and Lucas when like Max was dying in Lucas's arms, that was emotional. Max and Lucas, peak. But when Mike and 11 are just talking to each other in the void, I was laughing. It didn't hit me until, I love you, Mike. And then Purple Rain starts going on, and I'm like, no! And everyone's reactions, and then bam, 11 dies 18 months later. You know, it was sad. It was really sad in my opinion. I mean, it was. 11 dying, I mean, I kind of predicted it in volume 2. I kind of thought like, oh yeah, 11's probably gonna die. But it hit me still. And everyone's happy endings, oh, amazing. Steve being a baseball coach is just something I never thought would happen, but I actually kind of dig it. Robin still being the radio show, tough. Max and Lucas being together. You know, Lucas saying Max is sexy is not one thing I thought would happen in Stranger Things, but I dig it. Dustin in his speech, yes, it was kind of Disney Channel-ish, you know, but he did it for Eddie, okay? He did that for Eddie. I'm an Eddie supporter, so let's go Eddie. And one of my favorite things is Hopper and Joyce. That was an emotional, amazing scene. One thing I really liked, Joyce really got her happy ending. Hopper, I mean, yes, he lost basically 2 children, but he's happy, so I like to see it. But Mike not being happy is very, very sad. Disappointing. And not disappointing, but sad. And I do think Mike might go crazy. I think he might go crazy. Don't know if he'll find another lover for real. But when they graduate, amazing scene. I really love it. And yeah, the ending of this whole entire show happens. And it's the group that we've been watching since season 1 and season 2 because Max was there. But it's our main characters playing Dungeons and Dragons for the last time, finishing the campaign. And it was emotional. It was really sad. I was getting hit for real. I was getting stabbed in the heart. I was like, damn, Stranger Things is done. But then Mike just had to start yapping. Because if you do not know, 11 might not be dead. Because Mike brings up this theory of his. It's a theory of his, so it's a theory. A game theory. And a theory that 11 did not die, okay? 11 actually snuck away when Kali was doing her little mind tricks, and that 11 ran away, went to a random country with 3 waterfalls and made it out alive. Where, yes, in the moment and for the past couple of hours until an hour ago, I was like, yeah, Mike is just yapping, like 11's dead. But when you look back at it, right, there's a good chance 11's not dead because they were using her sound thingy, okay? They were using the sound waves, you know, to mess up her brain. And when 11 was over there, she wouldn't be able to use her powers, and she talked to Mike. How's that work? Second, she did not have a nosebleed. Isn't that a little interesting? And third, there was only 2 waterfalls in the vision. Mike said 3 waterfalls. 11 could be alive, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we're not gonna see her again because this is the end. So that's one thing I like. I mean, yeah, Stranger Things ended in whatever you want to think of. If you think 11's alive, if you think the friends are gonna continue in life, I think 11's dead. I think 11's dead, and everyone else is gonna live on happily ever after, except Mike, and he's gonna go depressed somehow and never find another lover and have a depressing life with a dog until he's dead. Yeah, but yeah, Stranger Things ended after that, and it was amazing. It was a good time. Season 5, in my opinion, was maybe the worst season of Stranger Things. And I'm not saying it's bad, because Stranger Things is just that good. Seasons 1, 3, and 4 are peak cinema. And Season 2 is the only competition with Season 5. So I don't really know which one's better. My review on Stranger Things Season 5 is that it was a really good season. Maybe not the best finale season, but it was a good season. Maybe it was a good finale season. What do you guys think about this? You know, make sure to comment down below what you guys think. I would probably give this season a 7 out of 10, 7.5. I think they did a lot of stuff good, but also did a lot of stuff wrong. But yeah, what do you guys think about this? I'm your GOAT, Penguinzy Playzone. Make sure to subscribe and like, because I'm finna be talking about a lot of movies and shows this year. Penguinzy Playzone's back to talking about shows, so when you see Invincible come out, The Boys come out, I'm going to be talking about an episode every single week. So be ready, guys. But yeah, I'm Penguinzy Playzone. And like always, everybody, peace out.